victory at Windsor Park against Luxembourg on Thursday evening. Jamal Lewis, of course, with that famous transfer to Sao Paulo in Brazil, he comes in to win his 38th cap and making way. Callum Marshall, who had a tough evening, I think, against Luxembourg, he drops to the bench. So it's Peacock Farrell in goal. Trey Hugh McGean captains the side. We think he's going to be one of the wing backs, with Jamal Lewis the other. Then it's Ballard McNair winning cap number 71. He scored his 7th international goal on Thursday evening. And Kieran Brown, the one member of the squad, on a yellow card. Should he get another yellow, he'll miss that away trip to Belarus next month. It's Shea Charles and George Saville in the middle, with Conor Bradley in a more advanced position. He and Isaac Price will help out the young Charles up front. And Bulgaria have Aberdeen's Mitov in goal. A back four of Popov, Alex Petkov, Atanasov and Nürnberger, who's winning just his 2nd cap. He won his debut in that goalless draw on Thursday evening against Belarus. In midfield, it's Kirillov, Konstantinov, who comes in for his 42nd cap, plays for Apoel. He celebrated his 34th birthday yesterday, and Leeds United's Ilya Gruev. Then it's the captain, Kirill Desperov, 14 goals in his 50 caps, 4 goals in his last 7, and he's helped out up front by Alexander Kolev and Martin Minchev, who comes into the side after coming on as a substitute on Thursday. As the gents were saying, been a lot of draws under Ilyan Iliev, the relatively new coach of Bulgaria. 1 win in 16. This is the 10th meeting of the sides. Northern Ireland have only got 2 victories back in 1978 and 79. They won both their European Championship qualifiers by 2-0. First meeting was back in 1972. So Northern Ireland looking to bridge a gap of some 45 years to try and get this victory. And the 2 captains are just chatting with the Greek match officials. The referee is Tassos Sideropoulos. And it looks like a lovely evening in Plovdiv. Temperatures in the late 20s. And we're about to see what is very recently redeveloped stadium of Christoph Botev. Some 19,000 capacity, far from being full by any stretch of the imagination, but looks a lovely late summer's evening in Bulgaria. John O'Neill, a veteran of 2 World Cup campaigns for Northern Ireland, is sitting alongside me. John, back in 1994, Bulgaria were a force to be reckoned with in world football. They were semi-finalists in the World Cup, beat Argentina in the USA. This is a very different Bulgaria, and you would say a very sort of different Northern Ireland from the team which less than a year ago had a horror show in Helsinki.
Yeah, I think if you look at the 2 teams on paper, there's not a lot to choose between them. If you look at the rankings, they're pretty close in the rankings, and you know the average age of the players, and experience-wise, you know, there is not a big lot to choose from them. I don't think Northern Ireland have anything to fear from this, but they've got to make sure that they start well, keep the crowd quiet, and I think the first goal is going to be very, very important.
Northern Ireland in their green shirts with white shorts and white socks. Bulgaria in white tops and dark green shorts and red socks. We're very much aware of those spectators and fans who have got sight issues, and I hope John O'Neill is seeing
we're great, we're fine,
a contrast between the two sides. And it's a first touch for Dimitar Mitov, who's all in sky blue, the Bulgarian goalkeeper, away to our right as we look at the screen here in our office in Belfast. Bulgaria building down the right hand side, playing from right to left. A first touch there for Konstantinov, and they're racing down the right hand side with Desperov. He's beaten his man, he's got the cross into the penalty area, and it's side footed away by Shea Charles for a throw-in.
I mean, that was a great move, Michael, and the only thing wrong was the final pass. It was a poor pass into the box. Jamal Lewis, he's cut inside him too easily for me and got the cross in, but it was a poor cross.
Throw into Bulgaria on their right hand side, almost level with the Northern Ireland penalty area. The white Bulgarian shirts are very dapper golden colours and cuffs, and Bulgaria, the pitch looks as if it's not the flattest, not the smoothest. It's a little bit bobbly and cut up in sections.
Yeah, there's patches there where it looks really, really bumpy.
Nürnberger on the left hand side wearing 13. And it's back to big Alex Petkov. He's on a yellow card, as is Martin Minchev. So should they get another one this evening, they would miss next month's home game against Luxembourg. Luxembourg lost 1-0 to Belarus earlier on today. So Belarus, as it stands, on 4 points on top of Group C3.
You just look at that in the middle of the park, Michael. It's cutting up already. There's still a couple of big divots there as the centre half tried to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper.
Wikipedia will tell us that Plovdiv is the second largest city in Bulgaria, 93 miles southeast of the capital, Sofia. This is one of 4 professional football grounds in Plovdiv, and the home of Botev Plovdiv, as John O'Neill knew as a student of European football. And Bulgaria, in their white shirts, give the ball out to this near side, and Fabian Nürnberger winning just his second cap this evening. The ball's over the halfway line. And if you're just joining us, just one change in the Northern Ireland set-up. Jamal Lewis coming in for Callum Marshall. There's a threat here on the left edge of the penalty area, and that was a shot coming in from Minchev, and it was blocked out for a corner, and Bulgaria have started brightly.
They have done, and that's the first move was down the right. The second one, another great move down the left-hand side, and again the final ball in the box is let them down. Thankfully for us, we were able to get that one out for a corner.
Ilyan Iliev, the coach, in a shiny brown t-shirt, watching now as this corner is going to come in from Bulgaria on the left-hand side, and it's flicked, and it's square, and is it over the line? No, it's not. A mad scramble, and somehow the ball stays out of the Northern Irish net. Bulgaria can't believe it. It was a corner to the near post. There was a flicked header, then there was a mad scramble at the near post. It was a good save by Peacock Farrell. It was off the post, and somehow Northern Ireland survived.
Peacock Farrell did very well,
Kieran
Michael.
Brown got it off the line, and then it came off the post, and Peacock Farrell clutched the ball with his ankles in the end.
The first flick, Peacock Farrell did really, really well to keep it out.
Kolev was in there. Chance now for Northern Ireland inside the penalty area, and it's from Isaac Price, and it's straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he had a shot from outside the box. We weren't sure of the build-up there, Michael, because we were still watching the replay, but that was a let-off. As I say, Peacock Farrell makes a great save, and as it come back out, I think it was Brown that eventually got a touch to it, which took it onto the post, and Peacock Farrell was able then to gather it in between his legs.
A little bit of lady luck in the opening 4 minutes for Northern Ireland. That really should have been a Bulgarian goal. It was the corner from the left-hand side from Desperov, and Kolev was in there, the number 9, and somehow the ball stayed out. So 0-0. We've played nearly 4.5 minutes. Michael O'Neill pictured in his traditional dark outfit.
Yeah, and you can just see him, he's telling the players to try and calm down a little bit here. We haven't been able to get on the ball at all, and they've started very quickly. Their passing and movement has been very good.
Northern Ireland throw-in to be taken by one of Thursday evening's goal scorers, Dan Ballard, inside his own half, the Northern Ireland right, launching that ball long, looking for Dion Charles to make the chase. Still inside the Bulgarian half, cleared up towards the halfway line. Header won by captain Trey Hume. Kieran Brown continues the headed clearance. It's going to bounce for Conor Bradley. First time we've seen him on the ball in the opening 5 minutes. It's frantic stuff, though. Bulgaria are really up for this.
Yeah, and
they've won a free kick.
Yeah, we just can't get our foot on the ball to make 2 passes together here. But you expect that away from home, Michael, and you've got to learn to live with it and deal with it.
Free kick, a couple of yards inside the Northern Ireland half. We see that pitch in Plovdiv cutting up in the opening exchanges. It's not in a great state. We're quick to praise Windsor Park on Thursday evening. It was looking so well. Played forward by Bulgaria from their left-hand side, and it's out of play on this near side. There'll be a Northern Ireland throw. We've played 5.5 minutes, and Northern Ireland have yet to settle, in contrast how well they started at home on Thursday night.
Obviously I didn't see the game, Michael, but when I got home late on Thursday night, I was listening to the commentary. I have to say, after the first goal I fell asleep, but I don't think that was anything to do with your commentary.
That's very kind of you to say so. Now the chase on for Isaac Price. The number 3 Atanasov is the last man back, and Bulgaria will give the ball back to the man all in sky blue, Dimitar Mitov, who's at spells at Charlton, at Cambridge United, St Johnstone as well. He's played 8 games so far this season for Aberdeen. Bulgaria inside their own half on what looks like a warm late summer's evening in Bulgaria. There's a challenge that has put Ballard to the floor. It'll result in a Northern Ireland free kick inside their own half.
Yeah, they've started to like we would like to start if we were playing at home. They're moving the ball very quickly. They're not giving us any time on the ball at all. And as I say, it's been all Bulgaria for this first 6-7 minutes.
And this evening, Billy Peacock Farrell is the man in black, all in a dark outfit, and he has come well out of his penalty area to take this free kick. And he's going to launch this well over the halfway line, hoping to land it maybe on the edge of the Bulgarian penalty area. And he struck it well. Lands inside the penalty area, nodded away by the Bulgarian defence, bounces inside the Bulgarian half. And it was who else but Conor Bradley in the midst of all that. I think he's won the free kick as well. For that was Trey Hume. Yeah,
Kirillov has gone up for the header and made it back for him, and as he come down, the referee's right on the spot, and he's given the free kick. It was an awkward one there. He almost fell on his neck, Michael. It could have been dangerous there.
The luminous captain's armband should have told me that was Trey Hume, but feature of Thursday night, Conor Bradley has a tendency to pop up everywhere in the pitch. Doesn't stick to one side or one position. Yeah. So he's a nightmare for commentators.
He goes the first choice in the automatic choice. Yeah.
If somebody's involved, your first best guess is Conor Bradley. Now a free kick on the right hand side. It's a third of the way inside the Bulgarian half. It was Saville and Charles standing over the free kicks on Thursday. This time it's Charles playing it into the area. The header's won, but it's a weak one and straight through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he probably just got a little bit too much on it because the lads rushing in to try and get the second ball. It was just too quick for him and went straight through to the goalkeeper.
Thursday evening, John's a bit of a throwback. 2 goals from 2 set pieces.
I know, yeah.
A long throw and a free kick.
Yeah. And we sorely missed them, Michael, because they were a big feature of the team that qualified for the Euros in 2016.
Corey Evans is on the bench again this evening. He's still looking for a club. He's one of 3 survivors from that squad. Josh McGuinness on the bench as well, and he's going to try and win his 81st cap. Paddy McNair, the one member of the starting team that played in France in 2016. Bulgaria have conceded possession. A challenge coming in from Shea Charles, wearing his customary number 19. That's out of play on the far side for a Bulgarian throw-in. Quickly taken and controlled by Minchev on that right hand side. They've coughed up possession though. Isaac Price has put it out of play, and it took a touch off a Bulgarian Northern Ireland throw-in.
Yeah, Bulgarian are putting us under pressure. Anytime they lose the ball and it goes to a green shirt, they're closing us down. Only 1, 2, 3 players sometimes. It's tough for Northern Ireland at the minute, but as so long as they keep it tight and make sure we don't give anything away, this period will pass and Northern Ireland will then come into the game and start playing a little bit.
Ball is out of play again on that far side, and Kieran Brown, whose long throw led to the goal on Thursday evening, I suspect we'll take it again with that distinctive man bun and goatee beard. Launches it long down the left-hand channel for Northern Ireland. Might bounce into the path of Conor Bradley. Bounces all over the place and is eventually cleared upfield. Nodded down to the captain Trey Hume by Ballard. Ball's inside the centre circle. Decent pass by Saville out to the right-hand side for Shea Charles. Looks up. We've yet to see really Dion Charles get anything in possession and attack, but it's a nice touch by Saville to leave it for Shea Charles halfway inside the Bulgarian half. That was an incredibly tough pass for Isaac Price to try and deal with. Bulgaria come away with it on their right hand side through Alexander Kolev.
Yeah, a good challenge by Charles, and he needed to make that, Michael, because he gave us, it was a poor pass on the edge of the box which allowed them to break away, but he tracked the defender coming out and put it out for a throw in.
10.5 minutes gone in Nations League C3. A win would take Northern Ireland to the top of the table. I suspect a draw would take them top in goal difference.
Well, when you look at the games, that they've had, I'm talking about Bulgaria, they've had so many draws. We were actually saying beforehand, you couldn't get a bet on maybe a draw, but they did have draws against the likes of Serbia and Hungary. So, they can put in a performance when they need to.
And I mean, going away anywhere
it's tough.
is a test for a youngish Northern Ireland squad, still sort of feeling their way. And I said, remind ourselves, it was less than a year since the horror show of Helsinki.
That's right. So there has been big changes, we know, Michael, and the boys have got to learn quickly.
There's room on this left-hand side for Kirilov. He's up against Trey Hume. He's got support as well. That's Nürnberger getting the cross in from the left-hand side. Danger here. It flicks off ahead and goes out to the far side and just cleared upfield by Isaac Price. That's a threat down the left from Bulgaria. And they still have possession. Somehow Northern Ireland survived that corner in the 4th minute. And the ball was cleared off the line and came off the post. And there's all the way through to Billy Peacock Farrell, who's winning cap number 47. Where does the time go?
Incredible, isn't it? I have to say it was a great, it was a reaction save from Peacock Farrell, because the flick on at the near post, Michael, is very, very difficult to try and pick up, but he managed to get a hand up, and that led to the scramble, which we fortunately got away with.
Northern Ireland playing out from the back, but a long ball forward by Hume to nobody in particular, and it's straight through to goalkeeper Mitov, who's winning his 5th cap this evening.
I mean, this pitch is ridiculous there. The goalkeeper's just tried to pass the ball across the 18-yard box and has bobbled all over the place.
We remember Arthur Burridge and the most famous bobble of all time.
Yeah, that was something else.
And of course, as we mentioned to Paul Robinson on the Sports Sound yesterday was the 19th anniversary.
You were cruel.
of England being in tatters back in 2005. He took it in good spirits, though,
sure.
the big man.
Yeah.
Here come Bulgaria on their left-hand side once more. They're seeing a lot of the ball. Nearly 13 minutes gone. Bulgaria 0, Northern Ireland 0. And Mitov, the Bulgarian goalkeeper, has not made a save, hasn't been forced to worry at all. This is a ball down the right-hand side for Bulgaria, who've started this game well. The cross comes in, and it's cut out at the expense of a corner at the near post, and that was a terrific run by Kirill Despotov, the skipper. And he wins aside a corner. Yeah,
I think is it I'm not sure if it's Ballard that gets across here to block it out.
It was Paddy McNair.
Paddy McNair it was, and he needed to. It's one of those the keeper's coming for it, but McNair couldn't let that go and did the right thing to get it out for a corner.
14th minute. Despotov for the corner from the right-hand side, nodded away by Isaac Price, back in by Bulgaria's Petkov, and it's all the way back to the goalkeeper.
I'm not a big one for the stats, Michael, but I'd love to see the possession stats here.
Well, Luxembourg had lots of possession on Thursday night. Didn't do an awful lot with it.
It means nothing, but I have to say, the few times, once or twice down the right and once or twice down the left, their passing has been good and they've been able to get into the 18-yard box, but the final ball has been poor. But you don't want to keep that going, for the whole of the first half.
Belarus 1-0 winners earlier away to Luxembourg. Gromyko with the goal with 15 minutes left. So that was a 1-0 win for Belarus, their first victory in the group. They go top. Long ball forward. It's cut out by Trey Hume. Paddy McNair had to put his foot on it as well.
Yeah, it's good defending.
Wins the free kick.
Hume did well to cut the ball out as it gone across the 18-yard box. McNair was there to clean up, and I think it Kolev.
Yep.
Caught him late. It was obviously a free kick.
McNair now, with the retirement of Johnny Evans, is going to have to play a lot more in defence. It's not his preferred option, but...
No, but we know he can do that. We've always said that he could do that. We just felt that he was we missed a little bit of his drive in midfield, but, the way the team's going now, you've got Conor Bradley who can come in there and do that for him. So I would say that's probably going to be his back three going forward, Michael.
Owen Toll on the bench this evening. Boyd Muntz has not been selected in the squad. Maybe he's got an injury. Didn't feature in the squad at all on Thursday either. And Josh Clark, the young goalkeeper, again fills in for the injured Conor Hazard. Luke Southwood is the backup to Billy Peacock Farrell tonight.
Again, Michael, somebody needs to get a hold of Shea Charles here and have a right go at him, because his passing has been really sloppy, and we don't expect that from him. We expect him to be on the ball and making us play.
Ballard has the ball for Northern Ireland on the right-hand side from the throw-in. Scrappy stuff on a difficult pitch in Plovdiv. And Bradley's been penalised for a challenge on this near side. That'll be a Bulgarian free kick. 0-0. We're seeing the replay of that.
not 100% sure what he did wrong there.
From Bradley.
Maybe.
Either way, the Greek referee in his luminous yellow gave Bulgaria the free kick. They have it deep inside their own half. Has Dion Charles touched the ball yet?
I think he got a header once, tried to flick it on, but it just went to a white shirt. But you're right, Michael, I think you said it earlier, his service has been really poor. We haven't had anything into his feet. Reminder,
the outfield options for Northern Ireland: McCausland, Marshall, Lavery, Smith, Corey Evans, Lyons, McCann, Toll, Galbraith and McGuinness. Northern Ireland win the ball back inside their own half. Brown plays it across to McNair, and now Ballard. And on this near side, it's Trehune captaining the side for the second time. There's the ball possession. 73% for Bulgaria.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Northern Ireland at the minute having trouble getting out of their own half. Hume on the ball. His attempted pass forward was blocked, and a little flick into the path of Shea Charles, who's got 3 white shirts around him. I think he's being rugby tackled by Gruev of Leeds United. That'll be a free kick to Northern Ireland just inside the Bulgarian half on the Northern Ireland right.
Yeah, but every time you're just looking at it, we're getting a close-up here, Michael. Every time the players put a foot down to change direction,
cuts up.
Pitch is just leaving them.
Plenty of divots there. We see a dramatic
it's only a
bit of play acting from the Bulgarian coach.
It's only a free kick.
Like his team have just conceded a penalty in the last minute. I don't know if Mr. Iliev is an Amdram expert, but he was giving it the full Monty there. Now, free kick again. It's Saville and Charles standing over it. Again, Saville will leave this to Shea Charles. The big men are up for Northern Ireland. Goes to the back post. It's beaten everybody. Nodded away by a defender as far as Jamal Lewis. Lewis chips it back out to this near side. It's cut out too easily just on the edge of the D and nodded down back to Charles, who rolls it all the way back to Peacock Farrell, who's outside his goal. Clears left-footed over the halfway line.
It's a great ball.
That's chested down by, of all people, Kieran Brown, who's down under the challenge.
Excellent. Took it on his chest, brought it down, and then he was bundled over from the back.
Kostadinov just getting all tangled up with big Kieran Brown. That'll be a free kick to Northern Ireland on the left-hand side. A little tug of the jersey as Brown went down.
That Peacock Farrell came a long way out of his goal to get that, Michael, and probably done the right thing. But again, you've got to be very careful with this pitch. Georgi
Kostadinov, I do not think is related to Emil Kostadinov, the famous one from the 90s.
That's the one I was asking about earlier. Yeah.
Free kick from the left. Dreadful ball straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Nah, that's poor. It's so frustrating when you do that.
Bulgaria playing out from the back. Next month, Saturday the 12th of October, Northern Ireland away to Belarus in that western Hungarian city called Zalaegerszeg, and Tuesday the 15th home to Bulgaria. Nations League September, October, November double headers. It's back with the goalkeeper. Mitov balled his feet, clears right-footed. He had to look lively just over the halfway line. Another strong header won by Brown.
They're picking up all the second ball, and that's the reason why they're having so much possession. When we win a header or win a tackle, it's always going to a white shirt.
Am I going to jinx this and say this has got 0-0 at the minute written all over it? Trehune chasing back. The referee blows. There was no advantage for Bulgaria. He goes back for the challenge just inside the Bulgarian half on their left.
Well, I don't know why draw written all over it, Michael, but we're just coming up to 20 minutes gone, and there's been one attempt on goal.
Bulgaria still with the possession inside their own half, edge of the centre circle, out to Fabian Nürnberger on the left. Long ball forward to the edge of the penalty area. It's kept in by Kolev, but his weak cross, it had gone out, and that'll be a goal kick. Yeah,
McNair need to be a little bit careful there. Kolev has a turn of pace on him, and he's got in behind him, but thankfully he's gone over the touchline.
It's a nice compact ground, 19,000.
Yes, it looks a beautiful ground. It's just the pitch is rubbish.
Extensively redeveloped in the last sort of 20 years. And we've played 20 and a half minutes. Bulgaria 0, Northern Ireland 0. Northern Ireland haven't had a shot or a header on target yet. Conor Bradley jumping from that clearance from Billy Peacock Farrell. Header won by Ballard. And the captain's been thrown to the floor, and that'll be a Northern Ireland free kick inside their own half.
But they are closing down at every opportunity. Some of the challenges, I have to say, leave a lot to be desired. And instead of just holding, they're bundling in the back of the Northern Ireland players and giving a free kick, and basically give them an out from what it could have been a tricky situation.
But you're quite right, John. Every time there's an incident, there's another huge divot.
I mean, it's
gouged out of that playing surface. It's a terrible pitch,
and you would wonder if that's going to maybe affect the outcome of this game in the future.
Northern Ireland in their green tops, white shorts and white socks.
Look at that again.
Given the ball away. Charles has given it away. Danger now. Bulgaria attacking, edge of the area. Shot comes in, and it's just wide of the post.
He's done that 3 or 4 times, and somebody's got to get a hold of him.
It was the captain Despotov picking it up, running at the defence, having a pop with the right foot. And it wasn't too far away at first glance. No, it was wide in the end.
It looked from the angle we looked as if it was just gone outside Peacock Farrell's post, but never in danger. No, absolutely not.
Peacock Farrell.
Very, very careless from Shea Charles. Right on the the halfway line, just inside his own half.
Northern Ireland come out wearing very dapper white. I can only describe them as hoodies. They look like they were a team of boxers coming out.
And the badge was pure black.
Yeah. Fashion item. There's been a clash inside the Bulgarian half, and it's I think that's Petkov clashing with Conor Bradley. Bradley gets a pat in the back, so I assume he's won the free kick.
Nice. I mean, he's all over
Petkov's
him, really,
all over him. So Bradley's picked himself up. Dion Charles, he's got something of a hairband going on. I'm not going to use the term Alice band because that frightened you the last time I used that, and I'm not sure it is an Alice band, but there's some sort of structure holding his hair up.
Probably an elastic band, maybe.
Dan Ballard, who seems perpetually red-faced, he is the touch of the I described him as a Sherman tank moving on Thursday. He's a big fella, very strong. Yeah. And he's part of the attacking group as this free kick comes in from Shea Charles on the right-hand side. It hasn't been dealt with, but it has been dealt with and just smashed upfield for Bulgaria. There's only one man up in a white jersey, and he's not going to catch that, and it's going to bounce all the way to Bailey Peacock Farrell.
Yeah, every ball we've gone into the box, it always seems to be a white shirt that either gets his head on or it gets it clear. It hasn't been great from the set piece point of view.
Quarter of the way into the game, John, I look at my notes and I've written
nothing.
4th minute mad scramble off post.
That's it, yeah.
So on another night that might have bounced in, it might have deflected in off Kieran Brown or...
Well, if you look at the sides, Michael, and you think who's got to be the more happy with the situation, it's got to be Northern Ireland because we've done nothing. They've had all the possession and done nothing.
Long raking pass by Paddy McNair looking for Jamal Lewis. We've seen very little of Lewis in an advanced position down that left-hand side in the opening 24 minutes.
What a move he got. I mean, I couldn't believe that when I heard it. I feel a little bit for Lewis because I think his career went a little bit sideways, Michael.
We got a water break, John. Water break.
Yeah. I think Jamal Lewis's career had gone sideways a little bit. He got the move to Newcastle. We thought he was going to kick on. It didn't work out for him. He went to Watford then on loan. This is a dream move for him. Hopefully, maybe, it'll kickstart his career and Northern Ireland will get some benefit from it as well.
Right, let's see if they're awake in the studio down the corridor. We've played 24 and a half minutes. We're having what's described on the caption as a cooling break.
I'll just have a cooling break.
John
as well.
O'Neill's going to have a cooling break. Let's see what Jim Magilton and Keith Gillespie have made of the opening 25 minutes with Joel Taggart. Are you there, boys?
Well, they're not happy that the cooling breaks. What's a cooling break? Didn't happen back in the day when Jim was out of puff. I mean, the scramble after 4 minutes was a bit nervy, wasn't it, Jim? And was kind of survived that. But outside of that, the biggest thing you've noticed is the pitch doesn't look great at all, does it?
No, the pitch looks really patchy. And again, if you're playing on a surface, an uneven surface like that, it's so... concentration has to be so high because you're watching the ball under your foot and you have to be really careful. So you're probably taking an extra touch, and maybe a touch that once you get your head up and you can't get that first pass away, then it really limits the flow to the game. So at the moment, I think just that flow, there isn't a flow to the game. But I think 25 minutes in, away from home, you have sort of quieting down the crowd, and you can see the goalkeeper now patchwork quilt. So
it was interesting, Keith. Apparently last night after the training session, Bulgaria had just finished their session, and apparently the ground staff were out repairing all these huge divots over the entire surface, and we're seeing evidence of that again tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, Jim and I noticed before they kicked off that the ground staff were mending the pitch, but John alluded to it when the goalkeeper passed one across the box and it just had a big bit of turf. So
here come Northern Ireland on the attack, cross back to Michael and John.
Thank you very much indeed. It was a bobbly shot as Conor Bradley looks at his moulded studs. It was never a real threat to Mitov, but you could say it's Northern Ireland's first shot on target, and an easy take for the goalkeeper.
It was easy for him, but again, I know Bradley's looking at the pitch after he's hit it. It's hard to plant your standing foot and get a little bit of power on it. I think the ground is just giving way underneath him, and you just can't get any power in the shot.
Yeah, we saw Mitov basically repairing the divots and putting the divots back and stamping them into place like he was on a golf course. Yellow card has been shown to Shea Charles for a challenge in the Northern Ireland half. Referee saying it wasn't your first one. Shea Charles is saying I'm innocent, Gov. It was a tap on the ankle. It was a yellow card for that challenge on Minchev, and it'll be a free kick for Bulgaria, shade inside the Northern Ireland half. So I'll mark that yellow card for Shea Charles. Now, of course, at Sheffield Wednesday, alongside his brother, the goalkeeper Pearce, and Despotoff is standing over this. It's a dangerous position for Northern Ireland, just maybe in line with Billy Peacock Farrell's left post, and it's about 10 yards outside the penalty area. Despotoff, he's cut himself shaving. He's got a elastoplast on his neck. Was further than that, as well, about 30 yards out. That's a terrible free kick, and Isaac Price comes away with it. He's given possession away. Northern Ireland has been a great 27 minutes for them so far. Here come Bulgaria. Northern Ireland are getting bodies behind the ball. It's back with Gruev on the left hand side. It's a low cross. Kirilov can't get the ball in for a shot. He's gone down under the challenge, and the referee has shown a yellow card again on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, I think it's McNair. I think his foot was high.
And this is a free kick and another. So McNair, 2 yellow cards in the space of 45 seconds. So again, a free kick in a dangerous position for Northern Ireland. It's nearly maybe too close.
Yeah, it could be too close for them to get it up and down. But as he's controlled the ball, he's miscontrolled and it's gone up high, and McNair's come in a little bit high. And
Studs were up on Kirilov.
Yeah. You can't have any complaints there, Michael.
So it's a wall.
I think the wall's going to have to move quite a bit. It's going to have to move back
to get the white spray to the satisfaction of the Greek referee. The ball has been placed. We're in the 29th minute. Again, it's Despotoff, the main threat for Bulgaria, the captain, who's going to stand over this one and take it. There's currently 5 men in the wall. Are we going to see a draft excluder lying down behind them? I think Dion Charles might have been the candidate for that role. The spray has been applied. The white-shirted Bulgarians are waiting. Despotoff and his colleague Popov standing over it, but it'll be left to the captain on the Bulgarian left-hand side. He's going to try and curl this round right-footed. 5 men in the Northern Ireland wall. Here he goes. It's off the post. He hit the left-hand post, and Peacock Farrell was a statue. Yeah,
he wasn't getting anywhere near that. That was unbelievable. It just come off the outside of the post, and a couple of inches that hits the post and goes in, because Peacock Farrell, as you say, Michael, is rooted to the spot.
Outside of the post, the left-hand post, as we look at it, that's Peacock Farrell's right hand upright.
It's a brilliant free kick, I have to say. It's a great free kick.
So in the 30th minute, the outside of the post has been hit. They hit the post in that mad scramble. The ball cleared off the line. Bulgaria, the home fans might think we should be in front.
They should. They've had the 2 best chances, and probably deserve it, Michael, because when we're on the ball, they are closing us down very quickly. They're not giving us time to play.
Michael O'Neill will, I suspect, just hope they keep the clean sheet up till half time. They're trying to break down the left hand side. Northern Ireland have won a throw in. They try to take it quickly. It came off off the right back, and it'll be taken by, well, Lewis will leave it for the man with a long throw, Kieran Brown. just a couple of yards inside the Bulgarian half, the Northern Ireland left-hand side. He'll throw it down the touchline. The flicked header on, trying to get into the path of Jamal Lewis. And the defender, Atanasov, will just let that ball roll out of play for the goal kick.
Yeah, we've been so disappointing on the ball, Michael. We just can't string two passes together. Anything or any efforts we're getting in around their box are just from long balls up the park, and usually it's Dion Charles up there on his own. We've got to get the midfield going. We've got to get Shea Charles on the ball. I'm disappointed because I think he can play, and he's been poor tonight. His passing when he's had the ball has been poor, and you know, he's still only a young lad, but he's got to take a grip of this and start to make us play.
What was so impressive about the opening half hour on Thursday was Northern Ireland pinging the ball about, but it was a very good surface at Windsor. That's a challenge in by Hume this near side. That corner in the bottom left-hand side is awful. It's like a ploughed field.
I mean, I don't think Trey Hume could stop there as he's come across.
He put the challenge.
It's definitely a free kick.
The arm around Kirillov. He wasn't letting him past. We'll wait and see whether he receives a card for that.
I don't think he has. I think maybe the referee's allowed for the pitch in that one.
Despotoff again will stand over this free kick. Wide on the Bulgarian left-hand side. They're on top in Plovdiv. The white shirts are inside the penalty area. Here it comes. And he kicks. That pitch was responsible for that.
He's kicked the ground.
Because he kicked the ground first in a big puff of sand or dirt. Here come Bulgaria on the left-hand side, trying to get the ball into the Northern Ireland penalty area, and it's not quite last-ditch defending, but the Bulgarian tails are up.
They are up. This has been their best, their best period of play in the game.
And a lot of their attacking threat in the opening 33 minutes has come down their left-hand side, and Despotoff has been the main man. Here they come now with Kirillov, the number 8. He's trying to get past Hume. He's got to the byline. He sliced his cross and he sliced it over the bar.
I don't understand. This is a Bulgarian home game, and technically, when it comes to passing one, they're a better team than Northern Ireland, as most of the continental teams are. Why take them to a place where the pitch is awful? I mean, that just plays into our hands.
We saw a rather worried-looking, concerned-looking Jeremy O'Carroll speaking to the main man Michael O'Neill, who's chewing his fingernail. 12 minutes left in the first half. Bulgaria have had the only 2 chances to be created on a shocking pitch in Plovdiv. A warm evening, and Billy Peacock Farrell clears the goal kick well over the halfway line. The big number 5 Petkov gets his head to it. It bounces high into the night sky. It takes a touch off Nürnberger and out of play for Northern Ireland. Throw in their right hand side, halfway inside the Bulgarian half. We haven't really seen Conor Bradley get the ball at his feet either.
No, well, nobody in the Northern Ireland team is able to take the ball at his feet and start anything. Give credit to Bulgaria. They have closed it down very quickly.
This might be the biggest threat Northern Ireland have. The long throw from Kieran Brown garnered a goal against Luxembourg. He's given the signal. He's winding up. He's going to launch this into the penalty area. Let's see who's going to get in the end of it. It's headed away as far as George Saville, still waiting for his first senior international goal. Bulgaria come away with the ball. Despotoff. The break is on now. The green shirts are piling back. Chip forward.
What a ball.
And this should be Peacock Farrell didn't come for it, and the shot in the end from Kolev was a weak one straight. He tried to lob the back-pedaling Peacock Farrell, got it all wrong, and could only put it into the goalkeeper's hands. That was a chance.
This is a brilliant ball. I just can't pick out who it is there, but I mean, all he has to do is make good contact. But Peacock Farrell has come and stopped. He's well out of his goal, and the lob was on there, but the pass was really, really a brilliant pass.
So a third decent opportunity for the Bulgarians. Ball inside the centre circle. Header won by Paddy McNair. It's back with Kieran Brown, who launches it long over the halfway line. The chase is on for Dion Charles. Bounces off the head of the defender, and I think that's a Northern Ireland. No,
I think
took a touch off Charles in the end. That's a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Charles was the last to touch it.
Nürnberger on the Bulgarian left-hand side. We've 9 minutes left of normal time in the first half. Bulgaria 0, Northern Ireland 0 in C3 Nations League UEFA activity. They have it on the right-hand side now, Bulgaria. Quickly take an opportunity to get the ball into the penalty area. Real threat. Side-footed clearance by Paddy McNair. The ball is still there for the men in white shirts. Right down by the right-hand corner flag. Shea Charles trying to push the ball out of play. Bulgaria have it still. They've done well. They're trying to get the cross in. It's through the legs of Saville, took the pace off it, cleared by Lewis, and Northern Ireland come away with it from Conor Bradley, who's lost the ball. Here come Bulgaria again. 9 minutes left in the first half. Can they get the opening goal? Nice interchange of passes. A wall of green shirts blocking the way for the Bulgarians. And there's a Northern Irish man down, and it's George Saville, and I think he's won the free kick.
Yeah, they let Northern Ireland off the hook again, Michael, giving away a stupid free kick, and put us under pressure there. The defence has stood solid. At least we're defending when we've had to defend. The problem is we're defending far too much.
And so Peacock Farrell will come out of his penalty area. It's a couple of yards outside his D. Bulgaria at the moment, we see the sweaty jersey of Kirillov. Bulgaria look, and we can see a relayed section of turf inside the Northern Ireland penalty area. A square section of relayed turf.
I would say there's a few of those right throughout the pitch.
Header forward by Ballard. The Northern Irish player's gone down on this near side.
Tell me this, Michael, is there VAR?
There is.
There is there?
And it's Dion Charles who's taking a whack. He's holding his face. Let's see the replay. Well, it didn't whack him in the face. He's making a bit of a meal of that, but
I don't even think it was a foul.
He's been pulled back up by his captain, and the man with the interesting hair retainer is fit to restart. And it's a throw in for Bulgaria. We're seeing a busy looking Michael O'Neill on the edge of his technical areas, watching now as Bulgaria try to play the ball inside the Northern Ireland half, played back by Shea Charles, the goalkeeper Peacock Farrell, side-footed pass to Ballard.
He's done well there, Michael, because it was bobbling all over the place.
Long ball forward by Dan Ballard. Now chases on now for Isaac Price. Isaac Price through the middle. Can he get the shot in? Yes, he can. Wide in the end. It just wouldn't sit for him. He hit it with his left foot. He knows that was a big opportunity for Price, and it bounced over the defender. Price was in, controlled it, and just slashed at it and slashed it wide.
Yeah, he took it, he just couldn't get it down to him, and I think it was a Stanov has come in, tried to get in front of him and win it. The pitch, it skidded off the pitch, and he's clean through, couldn't get it down and couldn't get any power on the shot.
It was a long ball and a nasty bounce to the defender. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland's only real opportunity, the opening 39 minutes, long ball by Bulgaria, and just will be guided back by Brown to Peacock Farrell. Quite a few empty seats. We see the yellow seats in the main stand and behind Peacock Farrell's goal as well. Remember, sort of 19,000 capacity stadium, and as John O'Neill was saying, they need to do some work on the pitch. It's only the early stages of the Bulgarian league campaign as well.
Is that right? You are.
Only about 6 or 7 games in. It's a ball won by Bradley, but illegally so on the halfway line, says the Greek referee.
Yeah, I think it was just a little nudge in the back.
Free kick will be taken. Gruev standing over it. We see a replay of Bradley pushing his man to the floor.
It's when you get a close-up of the ground, Michael, you can just see how bad it is. Yeah.
Gruev gets the ball forward, deflected into the path of Kieran Brown, helps it back. Not a great ball by Brown. That's a terrible pass. Real opportunity now for Bulgaria. They square it and they're going to score, and it's a defensive horror show in the 40th minute. The goal, you might say, had been coming, but Northern Ireland shoot themselves in the foot. Bulgaria have taken the lead. Despotov involved. They lead Northern Ireland 5 minutes before the half-time whistle's due to be blown. Bulgaria 1, Northern Ireland 0.
It was a howler from Peacock Farrell, Michael, but in his defence, Craig Brown should never have gave him that ball there. He knows the conditions of the pitch, and Peacock Farrell rightly takes that little bit of time to try and get the ball under control, but they've been closing down really quickly the whole game and forced them into the poor pass, and once it's gone left, there was only one result that was going to end up in a goal. But this, you can just see Peacock Farrell, he's not sure.
He was trying to pass it to Ballard after it, not a great ball, and it was crossed over by Kolev, and an empty net for Kirill Despotov. The score's 15th international goal, his 5th in his last 8 games. He has been the main threat the skipper, and the skipper has scored 5 minutes before half-time.
Yeah, and they probably deserved to be in front, Michael. The annoying thing about it is that we've provided the goal for them on a plate, and that just drives you mad.
Well, they got away with 1 or 2 against Luxembourg when Billy Peacock Farrell came racing out and barged into Paddy McNair, and Luxembourg nearly scored from that. Bulgaria did score from this one.
Yeah.
They lead by a goal to 0. Let's see what Northern Ireland have got to offer in the remaining 4 minutes of normal time in the first half. Saville gets it out to that far side. Gets the ball back. It hasn't been great from Northern Ireland on a poor surface, but it's the same for both teams.
Yeah, it's the same for both teams, and they've adapted to it a lot better than we have, and we keep giving the ball away.
The initial pass from Brown back to the keeper wasn't a great one. It wasn't the pace wasn't strong enough, and Peacock Farrell had to hurry and try and get it out to Ballard in this near side, and it never reached him.
Yeah, I think the pitch was on his mind. You know, he didn't have enough time, Michael, to take a touch. You know, and he's played it first time and just got it all wrong.
It was a good square ball by Kolev.
Yeah.
To find a skipper at the back post, and all he had to do was tap it in. 1-0 Bulgaria. Trey Hume on the right hand side for Northern Ireland. Little flick by Bradley into the path of Shea Charles inside the Bulgarian penalty area, twisting and turning, trying to get the cross in. Shea Charles gets the cross in. The goalkeeper hasn't dealt with it, and Bulgaria just hoof it away, and that was a chance at the near post, or a half chance. Yeah. Not convincing, as Conor Bradley, of course it was, bearing down on Mitov. Mitov spilled it, but Bradley just couldn't get it goalwards.
No, Shea Charles as well. As it come across, it's come off the goalkeeper, and to be fair, Bradley's trying to go for it. The goalkeeper was brave coming out amongst the legs, and unfortunately it's just fallen for Bulgaria again. Long throw from Brown into the penalty area. Can Northern Ireland equalise before half time? It's broken to the edge of the area, where it's picked up by Lewis on that left hand side. Lewis has continued his run forward. The ball's going to come in from the left. Header's won and over the top by Ballard. Goal kick. It was a good cross in. Ballard just couldn't get above the defender. He made it very, very difficult for him. Got his head on it, but as I say, the defender's done enough. Who else was it putting the ball in? But Conor Bradley. Popping up on the left hand side. It was a difficult header for Ballard to try and execute. He was always leaning backwards. Yeah, Kulov did well, Michael, you know, just to make sure he wasn't getting a clean header. 100 seconds of normal time left in the first half. Bulgaria leading through Despotov's goal to 0. Ball's out of play on this near side Northern Ireland throw-in. Ballard will take it. Gets the ball back from Shea Charles. Ballard infield to George Saville. Saville inside his own half. He's inside the centre circle now, looking at the options. Dion Charles has gone on a run. Oh, he's got to give it to him. Lewis is there as well, but Lewis has to stop to receive the ball. Infield, that's a poor attempted pass by Lewis, well cut out by George Saville. Lewis will keep the ball alive to Kieran Brown on the halfway line for Northern Ireland. Last minute of normal time in Plovdiv. It's slowed down again. Paddy McNair inside the centre circle. So that far side, and Kieran Brown. It's funny, Michael, since they've scored the goal, they're not putting us under as much pressure on the ball as they did beforehand. Now we're getting a little bit of possession. We're not doing a big lot with it at the minute, not making a lot of progress, but at least we're starting to see the ball a little bit more. Still deep inside the Northern Irish half. There's a little bit of room now for Saville inside the centre circle. Jamal Lewis on that left-hand side. Dion Charles has gone inside the penalty area. Isaac Price is there too. Back to Shea Charles. Ball to his captain Trey Hume, to Bradley now on the right hand side to Shea Charles. That's a poor ball, but it's taken a touch off the defender for a throw in. This is Kieran Brown territory, I would think, in the last minute of normal time. I can only assume we're looking at some of the great and good of Bulgarian football. 3 additional minutes, minimum of 3 additional minutes of stoppage time to be played. Kieran Brown it is who'll take this long throw. I think it's almost level the 18-yard box. Ballard is up. Ball's come in from Brown. Flicked header. It's bouncing all over the place. Referee's having a look. It is cleared as far as Hume gets the ball back in. Again, a strong defensive header from Bulgaria. They've defended well, Michael. Every time we throw any sort of a cross in, it's always a white shirt that's getting there.
Low ball to the near post all the way through, and a diving Mitov claims that. And they will slow things down now that we're nearly into the second of those 3 additional minutes. The ball was played in by Isaac Price. Or Isaac Price was trying to get in the end of that ball being played in.
Yeah, I don't know whether the goalkeeper did call to the defender, because the defender seemed to leave it to the last minute.
Mitov clears over the halfway line into the Northern Ireland half. Defensive header won, and Northern Ireland have won the free kick for the challenge on Shea Charles, who just has a few words and a bit of a push to Kolev. Kolev gives as good as he gets verbally from Shea Charles. Dan Ballard's in there too, and Kolev's going to get a talking to from a referee, Sidiropoulos. We're seeing a replay.
That's a dive. It's a free kick.
Look at the pitch.
It's a great dive. Pitch is awful.
Dry dirt and grass every time there's any contact between boot and surface. Minute and a half left of additional time. Bulgaria leading by a goal to 0 in Plovdiv. Ball played down the right hand channel by Trey Hume, trying to keep it alive as Bradley won a corner kick in the last minute.
Oh, he seems to think so.
Did.
Yeah.
Where's the assistant referee? He was close to that. He should have seen that touch. Let's see the replay. Not that I'm biased, but I'm convinced it took a touch off the defender. Yes, it did. Terrible decision by the match officials. Terrible. They weren't looking.
I don't think he was up the play. I think he got too far behind the play.
45 seconds left. Michael O'Neill, I'm sure, is going to have plenty to say at half time.
It's been disappointing, Michael, I have to say. You know, we haven't offered anything going forward.
The goalkeeper Mitov does his best to put it out of play on this near side, and there's the sort of two sides of the coin. That opportunity for Price that just wouldn't sit for him, and within a minute and a half, Bulgaria are 1-0 up.
Yeah, it's a strange game, but you know you've got to make sure that you're concentrating all the time, and I think
Here they come once more. Kirillov on the left-hand side as he got the beating of Ballard. Ballard does well to escort that out of play, and I think for the first half that will be that. We will hear a blast from the Greek referee in Plovdiv. That again, we see that dreadful cut-up penalty area with rectangular sections of new turf. The half-time whistle has been blown, and Northern Ireland, Ballard exchanging rueful words with Minchev. I think they're probably talking about the pitch.
They probably are, because as you say, Michael, it's the same for both sides, but I do think that the condition of the pitch had a role to play in the goal, and I know it's difficult for the players to try and make allowances for the pitch when you do things sort of automatically, and Brown normally would have passed that back to Peacock for Ireland and it would have been no problem, but I think he had it in the back of his mind. He got to make sure that this pass is correct. It took a little bit too long, and it was a wayward pass, and it cost us.
Northern Ireland somehow survived a mad scramble from a corner in the 4th minute. The ball was cleared off the line, came off the post. They also survived an opportunity for Kolev trying to lob over Billy Peacock Farrell. He got that all wrong. Free kick as well before that from Despotov, came off the outside of the woodwork. Isaac Price at Northern Ireland's one big chance in the 39th minute. He hit it with the outside of his foot, slashed it wide, and within another 60 seconds or so, that defensive horror show from Northern Ireland. Brown played it back to the goalkeeper Peacock Farrell. Maybe not the pace that Peacock Farrell would have wanted. He struck it first time and quickly. A terrible ball to Ballard was intercepted by Kolev, who squared it to the back post where Despotov had a tap in. And at half-time, you have to say the Bulgarians deserve it, John.
Yeah, on the balance of play, they deserved it. I mean, if we had played like that, Michael, at Belfast and gone in like without scoring, you've been bitterly disappointed. And I say it's from our point of view, it's just the nature of the goal. They've had better chances before when they've missed, and we've handed to them on the plate. But they've sort of dropped off a little bit in their closing down. Since they scored the goal, and I hope maybe that if they do that in the second half, it'll get us a chance to get on the ball and maybe create something. And the other thing as well, Michael, is from set pieces and corners, they've defended very well. They've a lot of tall guys at the back, and they have defended well. So overall, they probably deserve to be going in 1-0 up.
Plenty for Michael O'Neill and his coaching team to think about at half-time in sunny Plovdiv on a rotten pitch. It's Bulgaria 1, Northern Ireland 0.
John, Michael, thank you both very much. I mean, the state of that playing surface is absolutely dire, Jim Magilton, isn't it? It's like the driving range after you.
Yeah, I noticed it right at the start of the game, and it has an effect. No question about that. And for an international match to be played on that sort of surface is nothing short of a disgrace. But taking all that into consideration, it's still an awful goal. It's a poor decision from the goalkeeper. He's got to clear his lines. And it's moments in the game. Talk about it a lot. How you start the game, how you end the game. Start a second half and how you finish the game. And
as it's passed back to Billy Peacock Farrell, Kieran Brown has actually got his body in the way. He's made sure that the defender who he's taking the ball from can't close the goalkeeper down, and we're all sitting here thinking, right, the goalkeeper puts his foot through this and he doesn't, and he tries to pass it out. And I mean, you ask yourself the question, why?
Yeah, listen, you should always when you're in possession of the ball, you should always expect the ball. So Dan Ballard is caught flat-footed. He's not expecting it.
But you don't want that pass facing your own goal if you're a defender inside your own 18-yard box, do you?
No, you don't. But then the attacking players reacted. So should Dan. And he has to do better in that situation as well. Absolutely agree. He should clear his lines. After that, he's nipped in, and it's a square pass, and then it's an easy tap in a game where Northern Ireland haven't got started.
When you ride your luck a couple of times as well, Keith, you get so close to half time and you think, well, worst case scenario, we're going to get in here at 0-0 and we can regroup and reorganise and have a bit of a think. To throw the opposition a goal in that particular way is so infuriating.
Oh, it is totally. If you're going to concede goals,
make them work for them.
You don't want to just hand it to them like we did. We've seen the free kick. If that goes into the top corner, you hold your hands up and go, it's a great goal. But to concede in the manner that we did is disappointing. But I think the reaction to the goal has been pretty good, because we then actually got on the ball and started to play further up the pitch. We got some balls in the box. Conor Bradley had a chance at the near post. The goalkeeper got to it, but we needed more of that. You expect us to come out with a lot of confidence after the way we've been playing lately, and we just didn't start the game. And I think 1-0 is probably a fair reflection. We don't really deserve very much from the game at the minute.
It could have been the worst possible start, Jim, after about 4 minutes with this scramble from the corner, which in the end Billy Peacock Farrell did well to keep an effort out. And then there was that magnificent free kick that Keith talked about. Goalkeeper is watching it like the rest of us. It is perfectly executed. It's over the wall. It's not on his side, and thankfully it hits the post. Yeah,
it's fantastic technique, and to get it up and down so close to goal. Listen, he's a good player. He really is a good player. And he's been the one that's carried the most threat, and it's no surprise that he scored. But Keith's right. It's only after you concede a goal, then and I think he shifted Conor into midfield. He's pushed him in, and he's got a freer rein to play in there. Shea Charles has dropped slightly deeper, which means then he can get on the ball, they've pushed Saville higher, and they've really started to retain possession of the football. They've stepped off from where they were, which creates more space. Yeah. And mentally you do that at times, and it's so close to half time, but they have to go and play now. There's no excuse now. You can make all excuses after the game about the pitch, but you've got to go and play. I think he'll make 1 or 2 changes.
He has said, Keith, before the game, we heard the clip in the build-up about the conditions, but Michael O'Neill had said, because it's the second game and because of the conditions, this is a 16-player match. This idea that it's going to be the 11 who start. He's expecting to use five players off the bench as substitutes. So does it make it easier to make some of those changes now, given the fact that they've gone 1-0 down?
Absolutely. If it's not working with 11 who's out there, the manager is going to make changes, and rightfully so. I think there's been some players who are just off it at the minute. Price has been poor. Shea Charles, it's probably one of his most poorest games that we've seen.
Ali McCann came on the other night, didn't he, and looked lively for 20 minutes or so?
He did, yeah. I mean, there's quite a few options on the bench there, which is always handy. But he might give it 15 minutes and give those 11 who started a chance to actually prove a point, because we haven't played well at all until literally the last 10 minutes of that first half. So hopefully, they can carry that on to the second half, and if we don't see any breakthrough or getting an equaliser before that 60-minute mark, I'd say there'd be possibly 2-3 changes at the same time.
And in the attacking sense, Jim, Ross McCausland gave a couple of moments, didn't he, towards the end of the game against Luxembourg when he came off the bench?
Yeah, I think he'll come on. I do. I think pace can affect the game, but he has that blistering pace and he can play up both sides. He may even play through the middle.
Paul Smith, maybe. Yeah,
but he needs pace. Needs pace in the team. Need to get higher up the pitch and need to control the tempo of the game. Well, we'll be nowhere near it. Off.
You mentioned about the midfield players, though, and Shea Charge. We've talked about you can't move it quickly, because in the back of your mind you're worried about the conditions, the pitch. What is this going to embarrass me if I try to do this and give it away?
Yeah,
so the tempo drops.
Yeah, potentially. But then again, right after they scored, a square pass has gone into Shea Charles, and without even thinking, he zipped one round the corner, and there was no bobble, but he zipped it around the corner, and that's kind of what we need. You need the ball to move quicker. Again, the surface, but once the ball's under control, you pass it quicker. There were moments when Savills landed on the ball and Jamal's on earlier. He's got to get the ball out to him earlier, and when they've actually shifted the ball from side to side, then it creates that opening through the centre. So those are the things that can be done pretty quickly.
We shall see what the manager decides to do. As I said, he has hinted that the use of a lot of those substitutes are on the bench, and of course it is the second game of the double header, and legs may be a little bit heavy after 90 minutes against Luxembourg, and then a heavy pitch in Bulgaria, but Northern Ireland trailing by 1-0 at half-time. Jim Magilton and Keith Gillespie sharing their thoughts. We will be back with full commentary of the second half right after the latest BBC News.
BBC News NI on Radio Ulster and on BBC Sounds.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Eve Coleman. 3 boys, 2 aged 11 and a 10-year-old, have been charged with arson after a large fire severely damaged a church in County Antrim. The Church of the Holy Name in Green Island was set on fire last Sunday. Police said a significant amount of damage was caused to both the church building and its hall. The 3 boys are due to appear at Belfast Youth Court later this month. Thousands of passengers have been passing through Belfast's new £340 million public transport hub. The first buses left Grand Central Station at 5 a.m. to Dublin and Belfast International Airport. Trains have not started running yet, but are thought to be in place before the end of October. Passenger Stacey Irwin said the station is a big improvement on the Europa bus centre.
It's a lot more spacious, it's a lot cleaner. I like that when you walk in, you can see all the bus times on the screen or where you need to go. So I think it'll be a lot more helpful for the tourists anyway that come here.
Alliance's Stephen Farry has announced his resignation as the party's deputy leader. Dr Farry, who served in the role since 2016, made the announcement to delegates at the Alliance Party Council meeting yesterday. A party executive meeting on the 12th of September will set the timescale for the election of a new deputy leader. A man is in a critical condition in hospital after he was discovered on a street in Londonderry with serious injuries. Police and ambulance staff were called to the scene on Sackville Street around 9 p.m. on Friday. Police say they're looking into the circumstances surrounding his injuries. Thousands of TV, film and comic fans have descended on the Acon Centre near Lisburn for one of Europe's largest cultural conventions. Stars from Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who and Deadpool Wolverine are among celebrities offering autographs and selfies at Northern Ireland's Comic-Con. Some fans have criticised the cost of meeting the actors, which can be as much as £85 for a photo.
I do agree it is a bit expensive to go and meet someone and get a photo, honestly, because obviously in a lot of other conventions it's just they're there, you pay for an autograph and you get a photo just saying, can I get a photo? Sure, take a photo, done.
I feel like photos and stuff should be free because it's just a photo with a person. I feel like it shouldn't be paid for.
A spokesperson for Monopoly Events said with the cost involved in bringing the artist to the UK, all autograph, photo and selfie opportunities are always chargeable. Now with the weather, here's Angie Phillips.
Cloud will break up this evening, giving some late bright or sunny spells, and it'll stay mainly dry with clear spells overnight, with the northerly breeze moderating from the northwest. A cooler night with lows of 7 to 10 degrees. A bright start tomorrow with some sunshine, but later in the afternoon it'll become cloudier and breezy again, with some rain edging in, especially across the north and west. Highs 15 to 17 Celsius.
BBC News.
This is Sports Sound International Football. Listen live on digital, online or on BBC Sounds.
Good evening. Welcome back. Live coverage here of Northern Ireland's latest game in the Nations League. They're trailing by a 1-0 in Bulgaria. Just listening to the news, they're 80 quid for a photograph. Hey, if you're anywhere near Broadcasting House, we let you have a photograph with Jim Magilton or Keith Gillespie for a £5. And John O'Neill will pay you a £5 if you stop him and ask him for a photograph after the game. It's been a frustrating first half. If you're just tuning in, it's being played, the match, on a very poor surface, very, very poor pitch. And the goal that Northern Ireland have conceded has been truly self-inflicted. Bad clearance by Billy Peacock-Farrell, who should have thumped the ball down the pitch, and he didn't do that. He tried to pass it out, and Northern Ireland lost the ball inside their own 18-yard box, and it was a tap-in the end, and that is the only goal of the game so far, and that is why they trail by a single 1-0. So we're about to rejoin our commentary team, and I suppose the big question, John O'Neill and Michael McNamee, will be, will the manager decide to make the changes now, or will he hold fire? John, what do you think? Would you be tempted to freshen it up a little bit yourself?
I would, Joel, because there's nothing happening at all, and I think the two lads were saying at half time that we need to inject a little bit of pace into the forward line, and I think that is right as well. He
made a change on Thursday evening. He brought on Josh McGuinness, which was hardly injecting pace into the forward line.
Well, the only thing is, if he brings McGuinness on, then he's got to get him up alongside somebody and play long. But I think we seem to be falling in between two stools here. We don't know, are we trying to play long, or are we trying to play out from the back, and end up we don't do either. It's really frustrating because, as you both were, as the three of you were saying, like, we give them the goal on a plate, but they deserved it. I'm hoping that, as Keith was saying, after the goal we came into it a little bit more, and I hope we can do that in the second half if they start to fall back a little bit, and maybe we can still salvage something out of this. But we've offered nothing in the first half.
Okie doke. Thank you for that. A reminder, the game earlier in the group saw Belarus winning by 1-0 against Luxembourg, so they're currently on 4 points. Belarus, Northern Ireland starting the evening on 3. Can they get something in Bulgaria? Let's find out in the second half with John and Michael McNamee.
And later on this evening in the Nations League, a real test for Scotland away to Portugal, revisiting the scene of a horrendous thrashing in the 1990s. Northern Ireland, as we look on our screens here, we're sitting in an office here at Blackstaff House in Belfast. I think it's sunny outside this evening, but the lights are on in Plovdiv. Northern Ireland green shirts, white shorts and white socks. As we look on the screen here, they're playing from right to left. Bulgaria in white tops with gold collars and cuffs, dark green shorts and red socks, and they've slashed the ball out of play on this near side. That'll be a Northern Ireland throw. Northern Ireland have Billy Peacock-Farrell in goal, Hume and Lewis the wing backs, Ballard, McNair and Brown in the defence, Shea Charles alongside Saville with Bradley and Price up front alongside Dion Charles. It'll be a long throw from Kieran Brown. At the moment, this is Northern Ireland's biggest weapon from the left-hand side. It's bounced off a defender's head. That'll be a corner, a rare corner for Northern Ireland in the opening minute of the second half. Kolev, who provided the assist for the goal, put it out of play, and it'll be a chance for, I think that's Shea Charles, jogging out to this near side. We're reliant on the television director, again, not to show too many replays after action. And Northern Ireland will have this corner from the left-hand side in Plovdiv. It is indeed Shea Charles attempting to curl this one in with his right foot. He has the hand up in signal. Here it comes into the penalty area, flapped and tapped away by the goalkeeper Mitov. Out to Conor Bradley, attempts the long range shot. The referee has seen something that he doesn't like inside the penalty area, and he give Bulgaria a free kick. They've got Mitov in goal of Aberdeen, Popov, Petkov, Atanasov and Nürnberger, the back four. Kirillov, Kostadinov, Gruev in midfield. Desperov, the captain and goal scorer, up front alongside Kolev and Martin Minchev. Minchev got a yellow card on Thursday. This evening, Paddy McNair and Shea Charles have got yellow cards. Kieran Brown got one on Thursday evening. Remember, 2 yellows, you miss the next game in the group. It's the man all in sky blue, Dimitar Mitov, the Bulgarian goalkeeper. If you're only just joining us, the pitch in Plovdiv, from what we can see, and we're all reliant on these pictures, is not in great shape. It's cutting up very badly. There are sections where it has been obviously replaced in large square or rectangular portions, and every time there's some sort of a challenge or incident, dirt, sand, tufts of grass are thrown up into the air. Bulgaria playing it out from the back. Kieran Brown provides his ball to block this. This is Shea Charles now, looking at the options on the right hand side. Trey Hume is there, but he goes back to Daniel Ballard, who beats his man. Ballard, that's a nice pass to Conor Bradley, inside right position. Bradley is able to effect that towards Shea Charles, but he's lost the ball in the tackle. The Bulgarians come away with it over the halfway line, their left hand side. They're leading by Desperov's goal to 0, and it's out of play for a Bulgarian throw-in off Daniel Ballard. John O'Neill is alongside me.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to get more of the ball in the second half and produce some sort of threat. Obviously, we need to be careful that they don't, hit us on the counter-attack. But even at this, this few opening minutes of this, we have been on the ball a little bit more, and I'm hoping that they give us the space to play.
Bulgaria have it on that left-hand side, but it's into the path of McNair. He knows it down for Trey Hume to hook the ball clear. Header won by Kostadinov in the middle of the park, and it's going to bounce out of play. It's not everybody who can carry off that shiny brown colour favoured by Ilyan Iliev, the Bulgarian coach. He's a great gum chewer as well. We're seeing Jeremy O'Carroll and Michael O'Neill sitting pensively on the Northern Irish bench, watching now as Daniel Ballard will take this throw in. Deep inside his own half, the Northern Ireland right-hand side. Throwing to Shea Charles. Charles' turn has beaten 2 defenders. And Charles gets the ball forward. It's a terrible attempted pass into the path of Isaac Price, who missed the one real opportunity Northern Ireland had in the first half, just a minute ahead of Bulgaria scoring. Kieran Brown is tussling with Kolev. Cut it out, says the Greek referee, Mr. Tassos Sideropoulos. And play continues with Northern Ireland in possession. Reminder of the options: McCausland, Marshall, Lavery, Smith, Corey Evans, Lyons, McCann, Toll, Galbraith and McGuinness. Obviously now we don't have to say Corey, we can just say Evans. There's only one Evans left. Lewis trying to get the ball forward on the left hand side. He's won the ball back, edge of the penalty area. Jamal Lewis does well, gets to the byline, cross into the back post. Is there anybody there in a green shirt? Trey Hume is going to have to race across to prevent the ball from going out. That was good work by Lewis. Into the edge of the penalty area on the right hand side for Conor Bradley. Bradley back to Saville. That's not a great cross, not a great clearance by Bulgaria. Nodded back towards the D by Shea Charles. Bulgaria have it, the edge of their penalty area. It's a massive divot just in front of the player attempting to clear the ball. This must be one of the worst pitches we've seen Northern Ireland play on for a long time, and that includes Windsor at its worst.
I've never seen Windsor as bad as this, and I played it in the 80s when it wasn't the best of pitches, but this is definitely the worst pitch I've ever seen. And again, I can't understand how that UEFA could allow them to play on this pitch.
Saville inside his own half. 5.5 minutes of the second half gone. Still Bulgaria leading by that late first half goal to 0. Nice flick by Price into the path of Shea Charles. He tried to get it out to that right hand side. They eventually will do, with Bradley getting at captain Trey Hume. Hume in field to Saville.
Football's a strange game, Michael, because when in the first half, when it was 0-0.
Oh, I just thought that maybe McNair was nearly robbed there by Kolev.
He was close there, but I was just saying the first half when it was 0-0, they were putting us under tremendous pressure when we had the ball. Now they're 1-0 up. They're allowing us to play, and hopefully we can take advantage of it.
That's ball out to the right hand side, infield now for Dion Charles, who was too easily dispossessed. Ballard's tumbling and off balance. I think the referee's blown for a challenge on Ballard. It'll be a Northern Ireland free kick, the far side, the Northern Ireland right.
I don't think their manager, Michael, will be too happy about the way they've started here, because it's been on Northern Ireland since the start of the second half.
Shea Charles is placing the ball. It was a challenge by, I'm not sure what the challenge was. Minchef on Ballard. There wasn't much in that.
Couldn't see it.
And a couple of odd decisions from the Greek referee, but this one works in Northern Ireland's favour. Ball on the Northern Ireland right hand side. This free kick's going to come in from Shea Charles, looking for Brown, who nods it down and volleyed away by Bulgaria out of play on the far side.
I think we've got to try something a little bit different, whether it means 2 men on the ball, Michael, and shifting the ball before it comes into the box, because everything that's come in, they've just headed straight back out again.
Northern Ireland nearly need to, play for field position, and so Kieran Brown can launch it into the. He doesn't launch this long. It will be played into the area, and Mitov can jump on the penalty spot and clear. Kicks it long and low, and it's all the way through to his opposite number, Peacock Farrell. Peacock Farrell in a mainly black outfit with a sort of red slash on it. It's what the young people want these days, I suppose, in addition to those pearly white hoodies before kick-off. I'm very taken by them.
Remember the goalkeepers used to wear green?
Back in the... or yellow in international terms, yeah. Pat Jennings so often in yellow. I think obviously his last game was in blue and black against Brazil.
Yeah.
Ball's out of play. It was a misdirected pass, and Bulgaria have it. They've coughed up possession on the halfway line. Bradley, though, has been well challenged by Minchef, and Bradley wins the ball back for Shea Charles inside the centre circle. Bradley's gone on a run down the right hand side. He goes the opposite way to Shea Charles, the Saville on the left, and now Jamal Lewis. Lewis beats the challenge. Lewis again, can he get a decent ball in? He does win the corner off Atanasov.
Yeah, Atanasov really flew into him, and then Jamal Lewis has done well to lift it over the top of him, but then unfortunately he doesn't get the cross in, but at least we've got a corner out of it. We've got to get on the end of one of these sooner or later.
Eventually a set piece will come off. 2 set pieces on Thursday evening against Luxembourg. And we're seeing the boyish face of Isaac Price there on the Bulgarian goal line. Trey Hume just beside the goalkeeper too. Shea Charles will take this one. It's the 54th minute. Northern Ireland looking for an equaliser in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Let's see if Charles can offer a threat from the corner. It doesn't beat the first man at the near post, and it's cleared by Bulgaria, and they might break down this right hand side. Another disappointing set piece for Northern Ireland. Played in field for the one white shirt forward, but that's a nice touch by Jamal Lewis.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis done well again there, because the ball was coming off the pitch pretty quickly.
And the ball is out of play on this near side. Remember, just was it one win in the last 16 for Bulgaria, and that was against Tanzania. And as it stands, they're just over half an hour away from winning in Nations League Group C3, which is currently being led by Belarus, 1-0 winners in Luxembourg earlier on today.
They play each other next, Michael, don't they? That'll be a big game if they keep it at 1-0.
Yeah, 12th of October. Bulgaria, Luxembourg, Belarus, Northern Ireland, then the 15th, Northern Ireland, Bulgaria, Belarus, Luxembourg. I don't think they've a huge. They did second, fourth, and second as the Nations League record so far. The fourth saw Bulgaria relegated. They have possession, scrappy stuff inside their own half, and poked forward, but it's cut out by Kieran Brown with a nice ball in field. And this is Conor Bradley popping up inside the centre circle. At some stage very soon, I think we're going to see some substitutes do some warming up, John.
Yeah, I think
it's a nice turn and a ball forward just for Isaac Price. Controls it well. Just
can't get in the game,
but he's lost possession in the tackle. Bulgaria with their goal scoring captain Despotov.
I think the way the game has started in the second half, we've got much more of the ball. Let's get somebody on the wing, whether it's McCausland, whether it's is it Smith is on there as well, Michael. You know, with that little bit of pace, that little bit of trickery, and put them under, more pressure down the wings, and see if we can get a decent ball into the box.
The ball is out of play on this near side. It's in the hands of Ilyan Iliev, the Bulgarian coach, and he's watching now as the ball is thrown back to Atanasov, who returns the favour to goalkeeper Mitov, who kicks long to the far left-hand side, and kicks it too strongly and it's out of play, and there hasn't been an awful lot of good football.
No, I mean, that's incredible. The goalkeeper kicks the ball into touch under no pressure whatsoever.
Some Bulgarian substitutes, not quite limbering up, but they are standing up.
They're standing up.
I think there was a little bit of a disco move from one of them. But this pitch is not great, because that was a nasty bounce for Conor Bradley. His attempted ball ballooned up into the sky in Plovdiv. And at the minute, no great sign of a Northern Ireland equaliser.
No.
And we're still waiting to see whether our TV director will show us any Northern Ireland substitutes limbering up or even getting off the benches. Bulgaria in possession inside their own half. We've played 12 minutes in the second half. They lead by 1-0. They're advancing down this left-hand side now. 3 men inside the penalty area. The cross is going to come in eventually. I think, just as I say that, they elect to go back in field. Commentators curse, should have got the ball in.
This is modern football, Michael. They don't cross the ball anymore.
They work it out to the right-hand side, where Popov, the right back, has gone forward. Popov to the feet of the attacker, whose first touch was poor, and Northern Ireland come away with the ball now. Opportunity for who else but Conor Bradley to have a run down the middle. He's got support on the left hand side, pokes it into the path of Jamal Lewis. Danger now, back in field. Opportunity for Northern Ireland. Blocked shot from Dion Charles, and cleared by Bulgaria.
Yeah, it was a great ball and a great break by Bradley. And
it's opening up. There's a little bit of room opening up.
But the problem was there, Michael, it was a great pass out to Jamal Lewis, and there's nobody in the box. Dion Charles is in the box on his own. So we're starting to come into the game, but we've got to be braver now. We've got to start throwing men forward.
Bradley robbed too easily in the middle of the park. Bulgaria on the right hand side. Despotov goes down under the challenge. That'll be a free kick and possibly
booking, I think.
A yellow card for, was that Bradley?
I think it was Bradley, yeah.
It was. So Bradley becomes the third Northern Ireland player to be booked this evening, alongside Shay Charles and Paddy McNair. And remember, Kieran Brown carried a yellow into the game from Thursday evening.
I mean, and yellow cards these days are going to hurt us, Michael, as this competition goes on. We can't afford to be giving yellow cards away for nothing. Although, having said that, in today's game, you get a yellow card for nothing.
Well,
really.
Kieran Brown, yellow carded on Thursday evening for delaying the throw-in.
I know, madness, isn't it?
The old Jamal Lewis offence. Dion Charles has been replaced by Shane Lavery.
I like Lavery. I know he's got that move to Cambridge, Michael. I haven't seen a lot of him, and he had that spell out where he had a lot of injuries. But, when he first came on the scene, he was exciting. He put defenders under a lot of pressure. Hopefully he can get in the game, and, maybe just one chance will fall to him.
20th cap, his last cap was June of last year's last goal against Greece, September 2022. So he's back. He scored 3 international goals so far, and he's got half an hour to try and find the target in Plovdiv, wearing his white number 9 the back of his jersey. And yes, he's up front for Northern Ireland, and he's now at Cambridge United. And I did guess that Tommy Finney back in the 80s was the last Cambridge United player capped by Northern Ireland. It's
Tommy Finney is one of the toughest players I ever
played
against.
Very hard man.
He was
an important part of that 1980.
He was, yeah. He did great.
Home international championship winning side.
Yeah, he did great for us. But as I say, I played against him a few times when he was at Cambridge, and we had a lad in midfield who thought he could play a little bit, and he said he kicked him all over the park. He said it was one of the toughest games he ever had. But that was Tommy. Got stuck in there, won the ball, and gave it to the lads that could play.
Foul challenge on Conor Bradley inside his own half. That'll be a Northern Ireland free kick. And it was Grueff of Leeds did the main damage. And play continues with another free kick for Northern Ireland inside the Bulgarian half. Our friend Petkov giving that one away.
We're certainly seeing more of the ball. We're more in the game, but as yet we still haven't created a clear-cut chance.
George Saville standing over this free kick, a couple of yards outside the centre circle in the Bulgarian half. Brown plays it to Jamal Lewis, who's proved it as a poor ball into the penalty area, which is easily taken by the goalkeeper. And at the minute,
I mean, it's
not happening.
It's not happening. That's just Kieran Brown got on the ball, maybe 10 yards inside his own half, and he's just launched it straight back into the goalkeeper's hands.
1-0 Bulgaria. We're in the 61st minute in Plovdiv. That's a terrible ball, well intercepted by Bradley. It's now at the feet. Well, it was Hume intercepted with his head, and play continues with a terrible ball played. I think that was Lavery giving the ball away, and Bulgaria have it. They're cutting infield inside the centre circle. Despotov well stopped by Shea Charles. Now there's room for Jamal Lewis on the left hand side. Lewis is getting his running boots on. He plays it infield. That's was an attempted leave by Saville, but
I don't know who he was leaving
read.
it to. Yeah, I don't know who he was leaving to. It was Saville that actually had given the ball away originally as well.
Now Bradley's got to be careful. He's just got a yellow card, and on this surface, if you're diving in on challenges, you're giving the Greek referee an opportunity to wave another one.
Yeah, you got to try and stand on your feet, but again, we said the pitch isn't really helping anybody.
Second cap for Ahmed Amadov, who's a great goal scorer, certainly was in the second tier of Bulgarian football. He's replacing Kolev, and Amadov got a clatter of goals for his club, Spartak Varna. 22 and 36 league games in the second tier. They've won promotion. He's got 6 and 7 so far in the top tier of Bulgarian football, and Varna are in third place, and he's coming on for his second cap. Came on as a sub against Belarus on Thursday evening, so he's wearing 19, and we'll see.
He's got an eye for goal in, Michael.
He obviously has.
Yeah. Actually, my first foreign holiday was in Varna. Would you believe that?
Goodness me.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Varna.
Yeah, it's on the Black Sea.
You got around, John, as a young man.
Yeah, it was a beautiful place.
You don't venture beyond Derry much these days, do you?
Don't get out of the garden.
Bulgaria on the right-hand side. Attempted cross cut out by Kieran Brown. A flick by Bradley eventually found its way to Shea Charles rather fortuitously. Ball still deep inside the Northern Ireland half. They've given the ball away again. Criminal. Despotov. Gruev. On this near side, it's Popov, the right back. Popov has got Jamal Lewis in front of him. They're able to work the ball back to Kostadinov, and at the moment Bulgaria just retaining possession. There's a theatrical fall to the ground, a clutching of the back. I don't think there was a foul on the man who's gone down. Amadov, who's just on, is making his point clear.
I think he fouled Paddy McNair. I think what he's complaining about.
It's Popov, the right back, who's rubbing his back as he gets up. We're seeing a replay of Amadov's challenge on McNair, putting him on the floor. And the free kick will be taken by Bailey Peacock Farrell. Side foots it out to the far side. Bulgaria 1, Northern Ireland 0 in Nations League. Northern Ireland really gifting the goal 5 minutes before half-time to the Bulgarian captain, Kirill Despotov. All he had to do was tap in after a Kolev cross, but it was all the assisting was done by the Northern Ireland defence and goalkeeper, and they've lost possession again. Lavery having trouble getting tuned to the pace of this game and just getting into it. He lost the ball, has played forward long. I've written even less for the second half. I haven't written anything at all.
Yeah, I know, and it's in the second half, to be fair, most of the play has come from Northern Ireland. Well, I say most of the possession has come from Northern Ireland, but no end product.
I haven't even bothered writing down the substitutions. Here's Jamal Lewis on the ball on this near side, the Northern Ireland left. Paddy McNair inside his own half, looking at the options.
Yeah, we've got to play quicker than this. We're standing still here playing football.
Brown out to Saville in this near side, the Northern Ireland left. Again, looking for Jamal Lewis. He's been the main threat in the second half. His pace, and he's won the throw-in down by the corner flag. Yeah,
everything's coming down the left, and again, the final ball hasn't been great, but at least we're getting some joy down there, and eventually you're hoping that you're going to get a cross into the box.
As it stands at the minute, if you're a member of the Green and White Army, you take a scrappy equaliser and
absolutely.
leave Plovdiv with a 1-1.
And at the end of the day,
Saville with a cross from the left-hand side.
It's possible, Michael, we could do that.
The ball's been cleared out to Trey Hume, the captain. On the right, Shea Charles wins the throw-in. And still we wait. We've seen that change with Lavery replacing Dion Charles.
They're quite prepared now, Michael, to sit back and let us attack them, whereas in the first half, they were chasing us down and closing us down inside our own half. They've allowed us to play now. They're trying to hold what they have and hit us on the break.
24 minutes left. Long throw from the right from Kieran Brown. It's nodded down and back in by Saville.
That's a foul.
Appeals for a foul inside the penalty area, but play continues with Northern Ireland possession. Lewis with a cross from the left-hand side. It's an outswinger cleared by Bulgaria.
It's a poor cross, Michael. He's got, I think, I'm not sure who's on. Is it Trey Human on this left-hand side? He should have just played it in. That's a much better angle to get it into the box. I know it's Price, actually.
He does go to Price. Price curls it in, right-footed, edge of the D. It might bounce in favour of course, it was Conor Bradley who's taken a bit of a knock.
They've defended well,
bouncing
Michael.
around inside that awful bobbly area by the corner flag. Bulgaria come away with a terrible attempted ball forward. Let's blame the pitch for that one.
No, that was just a shocking pass.
It was Despotoff, the skipper.
We're too slow here. We've got to move the ball quicker.
We played 22 minutes in the second half, nearly into the final quarter.
I cannot believe how
they've given the ball away again. Northern Ireland on the far side, the Bulgarian left. Kirillov in possession.
I can't believe how many times Shea Charles has given the ball away. And do you know what I find really strange? Nobody, it's hard to say, we're watching it in the studio, but nobody seems to be having a go at him.
Ball down the channel as a chase on.
I remember playing, Michael. I was
good defending by Ballard, who's not happy. The Minchev challenge. He's giving huge amount of verbals. I'm sure the Bulgarians understand English. Ball's out of play for a goal kick.
I was just going to say, when Danny Blanchflower brought me into the squad, I was on the bench. I think it was the Republic of Ireland in the European qualifier game at Belfast, and somebody gave the ball away 2 or 3 times in the first 10 minutes, and Danny was screaming, "Get him off!" And only Tommy Kavanagh had to settle him down and said, "Danny, it's only 5 or 10 minutes going." But that's how, giving the ball away was the worst thing you could do.
I don't think normal laws of behaviour of football applied to the one-off who was Danny Blanchflower.
Danny was a great man, a great, I wouldn't say a great manager.
Long ball through the middle. Shane Lavery's got a chance. Lavery to equalise. Brilliant save. Straight at the goalkeeper. That was the opportunity. Shane Lavery looks to the sky. He knows he should have scored. Good goalkeeping by Mitov. And the chance has been blown.
Yeah, it was just a long ball straight through the middle of the defence. The 2 centre halves were caught sleeping, and
Saville it was with the ball.
He's offside, Michael. He's going.
Wouldn't have stood anyway.
No, he's gone for power. Tried to blast it past the keeper. He should have went either side, but I think actually the flag has gone up anyway. So, but he just went a little bit too early. Because it's rebounded off the defender, and I thought it might have gone into the net, but as I say, it hasn't ended in a corner. It's ended in a free kick.
We do have VAR. We do have VAR. But either way, if you're Shane Lavery, you want to.
He wants to bury it,
that ball
even
past
for
the
confidence.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, even for confidence.
I'm about to see a Bulgarian change. I think that was Dimitrov.
Michael, if we keep trying
coming on
and keep plugging, we might get a lucky break. It's going to take a break for us. I don't think we've been clever enough to break them down, but just like they got a goal that was gifted to them in the first half.
Or a set piece, John.
Or a set piece. And you could, if you keep at it, keep it tight at the back and make sure we don't give anything away, you come away with a point, and a point would be a great result considering the performance hasn't been that good.
Second cap for midfielder Zdravko Dimitrov. We see some male topless Bulgarian fans celebrating. Assume that's an indication of the temperature in Plovdiv, or else there's a stag party from Newcastle upon Tyne. It's another water break. Let's get further thoughts. Let's go back to the mothership down the corridor here in Blackstaff House. Get the thoughts with 25 minutes gone in the second half. Bulgaria still leading from that late first half goal to 0. Get further thoughts alongside Joel Taggart or Keith Gillespie and Jim Magilton for this second cooling break.
It's been better, Jim, in the second half, hasn't it?
Yeah, better without a cutting edge. Better control of the game, higher up the pitch, just quality in the final third, and that someone or something that's going to make a difference.
The one big chance that we're waiting for, Keith, we thought maybe that was it for Shane Lavery, but he was offside and wouldn't have counted. But they haven't really worked the goalkeeper. That's the bit that's missing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think the goalkeeper's had a save to make the whole game. But that's the threat that Shane Lavery has there. In behind. So Jim and I were both speaking that we would put Lavery on to give us that bit of pace, as he did, and went in behind. But yeah, Jim's right. There's just real lack of quality in the final third. We've had plenty of possession. They've allowed us at times, but we need to be better in that final third.
You were talking actually when John had mentioned about Shea Charles, his passing hasn't been really at it tonight, and nobody seems to be telling him that, and you had been having that conversation, and then you were kind of saying, those types of players don't seem to be there anymore. Whenever you first come into the side, you were saying about the amount of people who would have been very quick to let you know if your passing was off.
Oh, absolutely. And I mentioned Jim and, Big Al McDonald, Tags, Lomas, Dowie, Michael Hughes, they all, had a go, and, you accepted it, whereas, you don't see any of that nowadays.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll find one moment, Michael, maybe between now and the end of the game where they do get the pass right, and it gets a Lavery or someone into one of those positions with an offside flag staying down and perhaps an equaliser. We shall see. 18 minutes to go, or so 20 minutes?
Yes, indeed. 18 minutes to go. The second cooling break has been and gone. A double change for Bulgaria. They've brought on, as I say, Dimitrov's come on for his second cap, and a third cap for Vasil Panayotov. And Martin Minchev's gone off, and the hard-working Radislav Kirillov, I think, has had a good game.
Yeah, he has.
Ball's out of play on this near side. Bulgaria leading by a goal to 0. It's been put out of play by the right back, Popov. All Rentaghost fans will hope that he's nicknamed Nadia. There's one for the teenagers. George Saville's gone off. He's been replaced. Paul Smith is on for his 12th cap. Michael O'Neill in a dark jumper and dark trousers, watching as Paddy McNair is replaced by Callum Marshall. So changes in personnel, and I suspect a changed layout of the team. Double change for Northern Ireland. Marshall on, Smith on, McNair is off, and Saville is off as well. So let's see how that affects the formation. Play will continue with a Bulgarian throw-in. Remember, we're watching, sitting in an office in Blackstaff House in Belfast, in the BBC, watching on the big screen here as the throw-in is taken by Bulgaria on their left-hand side. I think the ball was out of play, and that'll be a Northern Ireland throw-in. Kieran Brown is still the heart of that defence with Ballard. Paul Smith will take this throw-in. And where is McNair playing? Well, he's got off, hasn't he?
You mean Marshall?
I mean Marshall, yeah. Marshall had a disappointing game against Luxembourg. He's talking about how much the disappointment of having his goal wiped out in Copenhagen sort of not affected him, but it was a bit of a downer.
It was.
And the joy of that moment was wiped out by, was it Johnny Evans's elbow or nose or earlobe being offside? Long ball played forward, and this is Marshall popping up on the left-hand side. Just that's awful, the worst part of the pitch, I think, that corner.
It's
Bulgaria, long ball forward, nodded down and nodded forward. Offside flag is up.
It's difficult to see when we're not at the ground, Michael. The picture never stays in the thing, but I think we've gone forward to back, haven't we? We've gone forward to back.
Lewis, Brown, Ballard
and Hume, yeah. I think that's what it is. You can't see the picture, it doesn't say it looks like a back four anyway.
And Marshall's on an advanced position on the left-hand side. We're seeing an endless replay of the offside decision.
Is it 4-3-3? Possibly 4-3-3.
Despotov, the captain, is down. We've 15 minutes left to play. Northern Ireland need an equaliser.
Yeah, we need it. Well, as we're saying, the chance came from Lavery. Unfortunately, it was offside, and he didn't finish it anyway. But that's what we're still looking for, and we're still hoping for, and maybe get out of here with a draw.
We're seeing discussions going on the Bulgarian bench because Despotov's going off. He's given the captain's armband to Kostadinov. It's some sort of a leg problem. I'm not sure it was cramp or some pulled hamstring. We're seeing a replay of Despotov's goal in the 40th minute.
Yeah, it might have been a hamstring or a calf he's pulled, because he was certainly working at the back of his leg.
One of the easiest international goals that Despotov will ever score from about 7 yards out, tap into an empty net. We're seeing the great and the good replaying the celebrations. And play will continue. 14 minutes left. Northern Ireland looking for this equaliser. Long ball will drift out of play for the goal kick. So Marshall's on, Paul Smith is on. for Northern Ireland for the remaining period of this game. Ross McCausland's still there. Lavery, of course, is on as well.
I think are they bringing Ivanov on for Despotov, Michael, I think.
Yes, of course, he was the substitute who must replace the skipper for the last 13 minutes. Ivanov winning his 5th cap.
This is the worst thing they ever did, was introduce all these subs.
Long ball played forward and header won by Ballard. Northern Ireland jumping for it inside the centre circle. Lavery's there. It's flicked off somebody. Hacked clear upfield by the Bulgarian defence. They're happy to do that for the next sort of 15 minutes or so. They're a goal in front. Billy Peacock-Farrell doesn't make a clean connection on that, and he slices it out of play on the far side and looks slightly rueful. Bulgaria not in a huge rush to take this throw in on the far side.
No, they'll take their time over everything. So can he book somebody here?
Here's a double change. We are eventually seeing Ivanov. Oh, he took the armband off first of all before going off.
I thought he'd gone off and come back on and gone off again.
Despotov is finally going off to replaced by Ivanov. And
he had to go off because he was down getting treatment, and then he went on. I mean, that's pretty clever when you think about it, isn't it?
Simeon Petrov, not sure if he's related to Alex Petrov, is coming on as well. All these quick cuts by the director. Kostadinov is the man making way. So, replacements for the last
I'm looking at my
12 minutes.
I have no idea who's playing.
It is, all these quick cuts by the director is quite dizzying. You're never quite sure who's come on for who. Bulgaria have put the ball out of play on the far side. And the stadium announcers making things absolutely clear. The spectators inside the Hristo Botev Stadium, home of Botev Plovdiv.
I think the referee's got a little bit annoyed with these now.
Right, who's he booked?
I couldn't see. I just saw the yellow card went up. I'm not even sure what it's for, but I think it was a slight tug on Ballard.
It was a pull by the substitute. 2 pulls, 3 pulls on a rugby tackle. Amadov's going into the referee's notebook. The substitute. So I'll put a Y against his name on my team sheet.
I have to say, Michael, this is awful. I mean, we're looking at Amadov for 4 minutes here now, and we don't know where the ball is.
And there's a patch in the background, just a patch of muddy, broken up turf. Back with Billy Peacock-Farrell, just over 10 minutes of normal time left to play. The game has been broken up by these substitutions and stoppages.
We've got 10 minutes to play here. We've got to play quicker. There's only 10 minutes left.
Ball's just outside the penalty area. It's the feet of Kieran Brown, back to the goalkeeper.
Now let's get up the park.
No, you're going to play it short
again.
Shea Charles, is he playing? I think he might be playing sort of deeper role now, but he's going forward. Charles side foots it forward now to play. This is frustrating stuff.
It is frustrating. It is frustrating.
And Bulgaria, as we say, are in no hurry at all to get the match restarted. They'll have a throw in, a couple of yards inside their own half. The Bulgarian left-hand side. They're in their white shirts with golden numbers and golden colours. Quite a natty little number. Dark green shorts and red socks. And it's all the way back to the man in sky blue. Meets off the goalkeeper. That's not a great ball. And at Northern Ireland, they're able to pick up possession on this near side. And it was Isaac Price who did it, and he was fouled by the substitute Petrov.
Michael O'Neill was on the touchline screaming for it, and the referee took his time, but to be fair to him, he did eventually give the free kick.
So might this be the opportunity? Free kick from the left-hand side. We're seeing a replay of that hacking challenge on Isaac Price.
You wonder why he took so long.
From Petrov. And let's see if Northern Ireland can come up with anything. We see a replay of Michael O'Neill with his arms outstretched and appeal to the match official. And it's Shea Charles from the left-hand side. 10 minutes left to play in Plovdiv. Bulgaria leading Northern Ireland by a 1-0. Here it comes from Shea Charles to the back post, nodded away by a defender. And the substitute Dimitrov will pick up possession on the left-hand side and win the throw-in.
But again, Michael, we said it before, we've done that all night. We've stood, hit the ball into the box, and they've cleared it out. I mean, surely somebody has got to take responsibility and say, look, lads, we're going to try something different here. You know, they've won everything.
Northern Ireland have been kings of the early goal. They scored a lot of first-half goals in recent matches. They haven't done today, and Bulgaria are breaking on the left-hand side. That's a A late challenge by Trey Hume, and he's going to get a yellow card.
And he needed to make the challenge. You know, it was they had
took
gone.
One for the team. Is that the phrase?
Basically, yeah, they had gone.
His man was streaking past him on the left-hand side, and Trey Hume brought down Panayotov, the substitute. He was nowhere near the ball,
No,
Hume.
he wasn't.
And again, massive divot carved by the player's boots. What a rotten pitch this is.
It's like one of those, you know, that when you're watching the horse racing and they're coming up and the sods are flying everywhere.
It looks like a pitch that's been laid sort of last Tuesday on a rectangle of concrete.
Yeah.
There's no sort of structure to it at all. Panayotov is taking an eternity to recover from his injuries. He's going to receive treatment, of course he is. And with 8 minutes left to play, Bulgaria will have a free kick, another double change for Northern Ireland. We're going to see Ross McCausland on. We're going to see Ali McCann on, two of the blonde-haired Northern Ireland youngsters. Well, I don't think Ali McCann's that young, but he looks fresh-faced. Ross McCausland certainly is. Isaac Price is one of the players making way.
Yeah, he wasn't in the game, you know, at all. We just didn't get anything to him.
Ross McCausland, he got that 50 minutes in the Old Firm game, and the captain's going off. Trey Hume's off after receiving that yellow card, so we'll see where the captain's armband ends up. Paddy McNair's not on the pitch. Do we suspect Ballard is probably wearing it now?
Ballard or Bradley, you would think.
Be our best guess. So McCausland is on. The free kick comes in from Bulgaria, and it nearly reaches the back post. An important defensive header, I think. Maybe Ballard in the middle of all that. Northern Ireland drill the ball upfield. They know the clock is ticking against them. Forward looking for McCausland down that left-hand side, but Bulgaria cut out the danger and put it out of play.
Yeah, it was unlucky. It was not a bad ball, but the defender did well.
McCausland on for his 5th cap. Ali McCann on for his 24th. And there's 7 minutes of normal time left in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, laying it through Captain Despotov's goal late in the first half. Despotov is now sitting watching as Northern Ireland try to attack down that far right-hand channel.
Yeah.
Marshall's one throw in. The possession stats, I think, are much more in favour of Northern Ireland.
They would be, yeah.
And Brown inside the centre circle. Shea Charles to Jamal Lewis on the left-hand side. Lewis looking for McCausland. Can McCausland get the cross in? Can he keep it in? No, he can't. As he slips in that patch, huge amounts of mud and dust thrown up into the sky, and the ball's out of play for the goal kick.
It's just come on, difficult to get to the pace of the ball, but I thought the ball from Lewis wasn't a bad ball.
Goal kick to be taken by Mitov. 6 minutes of normal time left. Northern Ireland trailing in the Nations League away to Bulgaria. Encouragement of that win on Thursday evening against Luxembourg. Feels like a long time ago now.
Yeah.
Not too many chances created. That one chance that was created for Shane Laverty, he was offside. And well offside.
Yeah,
it only took one replay to spot that.
Yeah.
Ball's out of play on this near side for yet another throw-in. Bulgaria will again delay the taking of this. We're seeing a close-up of the remaining substitutes on the Bulgarian bench. And they're watching as the number 16 pop off the right back, takes the throw in, but Northern Ireland won the ball back. Forward to Shea Charles, and it is indeed Ballard wearing the captain's armband for the remaining minutes of this match. Bradley now I think has gone into the sort of right back position.
Yeah.
And it's out of play on the far side.
Again, Michael, it's 84, 85 minutes on the clock, and we're messing about outside our 18-yard box.
Bradley tried to find Smith. The ball was forced out of play for a Bulgarian throw-in. And this game, in Northern Irish terms, in terms of the travelling Green and White Army, this is fizzling out.
Yeah.
A moment of magic or a Bulgarian defensive howler is required for Northern Ireland here. And the attempted clearance by Ballard has been blocked by Amadov. Bradley, though, keeps the ball alive for the stand-in captain Daniel Ballard. Lewis.
Teddy Lewis did well there.
McCausland, still Northern Ireland playing inside, deep inside their own half. McCausland running across that muddy and rutted park. Ball forward. This is a decent little passage of play from Northern Ireland. They've 3 players inside the penalty area. Smith trying to get the cross in from the right hand side, gets it low. Opportunity now, ball square, and it couldn't find a green shirt. and the moment was lost. I think that was Ali McCann.
I think it was Ali McCann. It was a great play by Smith, to get around the fullback and get it into the box, but per pass at the finish.
Was McCann trying to get that cross in? And here he is digging the ball out of the surface inside the centre circle. 4 minutes of normal time left in Plovdiv. Jamal Lewis on the left hand side. There's a frantic air now, but Northern Ireland gets the cross in, and the header by Lavery is over the top.
Yeah, he's going to take a hell of a header from there. He's about maybe 12-14 yards out. Ball's a little bit high for him. He gets his head on it, but there's no way he's going to control it.
Seeing a replay of Lewis has been one of the standout performers in the second half. They've got him further up the field.
Yeah,
he's used his pace.
Yeah, anything we've had has been coming down the left.
Goal kick to be taken by Mitov. That exasperated sigh is back from John O'Neill. We've heard that a few times in the Nations League over the years. Towering header won by Kieran Brown. Forward by Bulgaria. Ball inside the Northern Ireland half. Flicked on by Shea Charles. Nice turn by the Bulgarians here on the right hand side. They're trying to finish the game with a flourish and maybe a second goal. They keep the ball in with Popov on the right hand side. This is good. The substitute Ivanov's got to the byline. It's taken a touch. Ali McCann intercepting, and it's back with Peacock Farrell. And I think Kieran Brown is feeling the pace. He bowls the ball out. Does Peacock Farrell? Attempts on target, say the statisticians, 3 each. I might struggle on that one.
No, I think you're right, Michael.
Ballard, he's looking a bit tired in the heart of that defence, is able to get the ball out to the right hand side. A couple of minutes of normal time left. Long ball forward for Lavery to try and chase. Marshall trying to keep the ball in as he won the corner.
He has, yeah.
Yes, he has. Well done, Callum Marshall. He's obviously been somewhere nice in summer holidays. He's sporting a lovely tan. Seeing a replay of Marshall.
I know, it actually should have been a goal kick because I think the defender got the first touch.
Well, that makes up for the one late in the first half.
Yeah.
So if Northern Ireland score
hopefully
here,
we'll get a goal of it.
Coach Iliev will go crazy watching the replay because we're fairly sure that should have been a goal kick. We have exactly 2 minutes of normal time left. Shea Charles will play this in from the right hand side. It's an out swinger. It's on top of the goalkeeper. He's made a bit of a mess of it, but Bulgaria will clear their lines and maybe break away. The man on the left hand side is Ivanov, the substitute. He's up against Paul Smith. Again, the pitch is cutting up as the players are turning. This is nice stuff from Bulgaria. The other substitute, that was Dimitrov trying to slot the ball through for Nürnberger, and it nearly came off, but it's out for yet another goal kick.
Yeah. Or has he give a corner?
Has he?
I think he has,
We're seeing the replay here. This might be two decisions the match officials have got wrong. That's not a corner, is it? Didn't see even on the first and second replay. It's a free
kick. I knew he'd give something, but I'm not sure why he's giving a free kick.
2 yards outside the Northern Ireland penalty area. The white line has been applied. Billy Peacock Farrell is just adjusting his wall. 3 men in it. They're not the tallest men in the Northern Ireland team.
No, they're not.
And Lavery, McCausland and Bradley in the middle. It's going to be chipped. That's an awful attempt on goal. Dimitrov is, of course, he's blaming the pitch.
Yeah,
glaring at it. Yeah. There was more chance of that ball disappearing out of the ground than
going into
threatening Peacock Farrell's goal. That was shocking. Still 1-0.
I mean, that was you're never taking a free kick again.
Oh, dear me. That was Ballard putting the ball out of play. That sums up the evening, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Daniel Ballard.
He's just kicked the ball out. We've got a goal kick. We should have been right up at the halfway line. Let Peacock Farrell
6 additional minutes, John.
Well, I mean, I think that was on the cards a number of times they've gone down.
Well, there's still a chance for an equaliser. A minimum of 6 additional minutes to be played in Plovdiv. Referees.
Somebody's been booked. I don't know who.
We've just seen a cutaway of the referee writing down.
Has he booked him?
He's booked Nürnberger for the delayed throw-in.
I thought that was coming.
This must have been some sort of UEFA or FIFA directive to quicken up play. Yes, Nürnberger's got a yellow card for what Kieran Brown was guilty of in the eyes of the match officials on Thursday evening against Luxembourg, delaying the taking a throw in. So 5 additional minutes left to play. Northern Ireland need an equaliser in Plovdiv on this, we'll say it again for the last time, atrocious playing surface for international football. It's back with Kieran Brown inside his own half. Lateral pass to Ballard, now wearing that luminous captain's armband. But at the minute,
we're not going anywhere.
Northern Ireland aren't doing much, are they? No, Ballard.
We haven't
short pass to Ali McCann, one of the second half substitutes. Shea Charles, who's going to play the 90 minutes. Chip forward for little Paul Smith to try and get in the end off. Paul Smith being thrown to the floor. Is that a free kick?
It has to be.
It was fairly unsubtle by Petkov. He's got away with it.
That's incredible.
That should have been a free kick down by the corner flag.
That's a strange decision.
You can hear the Northern Ireland, the Green White Army making their feelings.
I mean, you knew exactly
apparent.
What the defender was going to do.
Petkov wasn't looking at the ball. He
pushed him in the back.
That's a poor decision. Not the first poor decision of the evening.
No.
Paul Smith can't believe it, and I think he was right. Two of the 6 minutes have been played.
It's got to the stage, where there was that many people diving and the referees were getting conned, and they've been obviously told, to try and keep the play going. But when it comes to a blatant one, they miss it.
Big clearance upfield by Mitov, the goalkeeper. It's taking a touch off one of the substitutes, Amadov, for a throw in. No, what's he going to get? This isn't going to be Kieran Brown going to miss the next game, is it? Who's he pointing to?
Well, he's pointing to one of the subs. I think he's going to book him.
Oh, right. This is a new one.
You, come here.
No, I'm not sure which of the subs, unless we can see the number on his shorts. It's the man who's been on and off. It's Kolev.
Yeah.
Kolev's yellow carded.
I don't know what that was for, whether he kicked the ball away or it's gone over there. I just don't know. Oh my
it's God. All happening.
What is going on here?
Shea Charles is being told to put the ball back 2 yards. Greek referee getting a little bit fussy late in the game. We've played 3 of the additional 6 minutes. Northern Ireland still 1 goal down. Long ball forward. Shane Lavery tussling forward. Comes off the defender. McCausland will get it forward to Jamal Lewis on the left hand side.
No,
can't keep it in. Goal kick.
Again, it's a little ball. He just needs to make sure the pass and the weight of the pass is right. And McCausland's just overhit it and it's gone out for a goal kick.
Mitov telling his defenders to get forward. He's got the ball tucked under his left arm. Michael O'Neill staring at what is left of this game in front of him, and it feels like the Bulgarian curse is going to continue. It'll be 1979 again since Northern Ireland's last victory against Bulgaria. This their 10th attempt, and just those 2 late 70s victories in the 9 previous meetings. A bit of a bogey team. Long ball forward now. Bulgaria, can they get through? Here's the substitute. Gets a little bit caught up, even off in the turf. You'd be a bit depressed, wouldn't you, playing every other week in this?
Imagine
if you're
on that, yeah.
If you're a Botav Plovdiv player. Forward now. Opportunity for Lavery on the left hand side. Ball bubbling on the surface. Lavery's won a corner. Well done, Shane Lavery. Gets the corner off Simeon Petrov, the substitute. This might be Northern Ireland's last chance. We've played 4 of the additional 6 minutes. Can they snatch an unlikely draw?
Can we win 1 header in the box tonight and this make it this one?
Northern Ireland winning the corner count 4-2. This corner's going to come in deep in stoppage time. Shea Charles will try to curl this on top of the goalkeeper. Everybody's up for Northern Ireland. Here comes the corner. It's deflected away. The referees had a look. Bulgaria are told to keep on going. The ball's come in from the right hand side from Ross McCausland, popping up on the right, and Bulgaria stabbed the ball out of play. I think a Kieran Brown long throw is called for now. Into the last minute of additional time, last minute of stoppage time in Plovdiv. Northern Ireland, well, they're going to leave little Paul Smith to launch this one long into the penalty area. They need Brown's height on the edge of the 6-yard box. Here it comes. It's not going to fall to a green shirt. It's been cleared as far as Smith on the right hand side. Last 40 seconds of this game. Ross McCausland. Northern Ireland need to get the ball into the danger zone. Chips it forward, looking for Ballard. Header goes wide, well wide in the end. I think his own man.
I think Charles was coming in the back of him and he was
caught up with him. And that'll be a goal kick. And that will be that, I would have thought.
Yeah. You see Charles at the back post here. if Ballard leaves it, does Charles get it? I think he might have,
Yeah, I think, well, if Shea Charles called for it, Ballard didn't hear.
Yeah.
And it's frustration all round for the men in green. Mitov has set the ball up. 10 seconds remaining in Plovdiv. Directors focusing on the Greek referee. Mitov is in danger of getting a yellow card for delaying the goal kick. Kicks it over the halfway line, and that is that. It's not going to be 2 wins from 2 in the Nations League for Northern Ireland on a wretched pitch in Plovdiv. They gave away the crucial goal at the tail end of the first half, tucked away by the Bulgarian captain Kirill Despotov. And it was a poor performance. Northern Ireland in the second half, did they create that much? The only opportunity was eventually deemed to be offside for Shane Lavery. Celebrations, the first decent win for Ilian Iliev, the Bulgarian coach, and they won in Plovdiv by a goal to 0. John O'Neill, did Northern Ireland get all they deserved?
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, if you look at the chances, they had the one where there was a scramble in the first half. Peacock Farrell did well to get it away. They hit the outside of the post with a free kick, and then they eventually got the goal. But the annoying thing is that we gave them the goal, basically. It improved in the second half. We obviously had a lot more of the ball, but no cutting edge up front. And the one chance that we did have actually was offside. So they'll be very disappointed. And I think Bulgaria aren't that great, Michael. They're not that great. They'll be disappointed with the result.
Right, we'll be back next month with Belarus, Northern Ireland on Saturday the 12th, and Northern Ireland against Bulgaria on Tuesday the 15th. Belarus, they are on 4 points. Bulgaria are on 4 points after 2 games in C3. It finished in Plovdiv on a surface we hope never to see again. Bulgaria 1, Northern Ireland 0.